What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rock and Road Show. It's Alvie.
1-3.
And we're here with an awesome special guest, Miss Jasmine Cain.
Hello.
Hello.
Fresh off the stage, mind you.
I'm sweaty. My hair apparently is very flat.
Over at the...
Getting the signal on the side.
Frizz it up. Just coming off the stage over at the Birdsburg Cuda.
Yep.
For the Motorcycle Expo. So,
Yep.
Show went well.
I don't know. I couldn't see anything.
Couldn't
it's very
see.
windy, and my hair was just in my face the whole
Yeah,
time.
it's right before a storm's
But
coming through, so
they
it's kind of
told me
shitty,
it was
right?
good.
Well, that's all that matters then.
Sounded good.
That's all that matters. So, for the folks that don't know Jasmine Cain, tell everybody who you are, where you come from, the basic stuff, and then we'll get to the fun stuff.
Well, first of all, if you've never heard of me before, congratulations. The best way to describe kind of what I do is I was born in Sturgis, South Dakota. I grew up in the motorcycle industry because I was very young, and in South Dakota you don't have to be of age to perform in bars. So my brothers and I had a three-piece country band when I was a child. I was six years old.
Wow.
And we've always played these little small-time bars. When Rally Week would come in, of course they would give these shows to other people that were coming in from out of town or whatever. Very rarely would a local band get those shows. But eventually we started kind of getting our name out and started getting more and more of those shows. I probably started doing Sturgis Motorcycle Rally at age 13.
Oh, wow.
And I was trying to figure out how to get out of South Dakota because everybody's looking for a way out. And it just occurred to me that, like, this is my niche. This is what I want to do. I want to follow the motorcycle circuit. And so I loaded up everything in a Ford F-150 pickup and a little 10-foot single axle trailer and was like, I'm going to conquer the world,
Yeah.
like an idiot, and so I drove across the country to Tennessee and set up camp there and started beating down the highway. I started calling everybody I could call. I did all my own bookings from the beginning.
Wow.
I feel very lucky to have started when I did because in this day and age, I think it would be a lot harder to get into the niche than it was for me, just because things were just so much different. Plus, internet has taken the middleman out of everything.
Right.
So now it's just oversaturated with so many different people and so many different things. It's easy to get distracted and not know what to do.
Sure.
So I feel really lucky. I got my fan base together early on, and what I loved about it is that they connected with my voice so much because I have this gravel, raspy voice that I cannot escape. I cannot get rid of it.
By the way, I love the voice.
Well, if this music thing doesn't work out, phone sex hotline.
Right on, right now.
But, so yeah, I was like, I've always had this thing. Well, a lot of the people that I met back in the day had followed Janis Joplin. And it was a big deal to them because they felt like Janis reincarnated. And I didn't know how to take that because I didn't grow up with Janis Joplin. Yeah. She had passed before my time. And so I didn't really get to know her. So I started studying. And of course, I'm just like, wow, that's just like me. That's just like me. That sounds like me. Oh my goodness, maybe this is true. So they felt such a connection, and who am I to deny that or to overlook that? So they followed me everywhere, and we just became like traveling gypsies that went across the country together.
Awesome.
And it continues to this day, and
Yeah.
I love it. The old school guys are really fun.
Yeah.
That's cool because I'm going to go from there because me personally, I don't like Janis, but I heard that Janis is actually how you got your start.
Yes, it's true. So I'll call it my big break, because I was doing Sturgis and whatever, And I got my first big break when I actually decided to leave Sturgis and move away. And I was scared to death because that was my family and my friends, and I've never been anywhere in the world until I decided to move. Because we were country people, we never left the ranch. So I was like, I decided to move. It was a big deal. My mom's crying, everybody's crying, I'm crying, that's a mess. But I needed a job, and I needed something that I could count on. And I met John Green from Easy Rider Events, who lived here in Florida. He lived in Daytona.
Right.
And I met him, and I said, John, I really need a job. Can you help me out? And he's like, we'll see what we can do. Well, I started attending the Easy Rider shows, and I was folding T-shirts for one of the vendors that was there. And I told them what I did or whatever, but I was so busy with the vending that I couldn't do anything else. And I was often there at the vending myself, Everybody would leave me and go eat and have beers and stuff. You bastards.
And you're folding.
So I was just there by myself, and the MC of Easy Rider came up. His name is Bruce Henderson, and he said, close down the shop for a minute. I want to bring you on stage. I'm like, I will be in so much trouble if I close this booth down. He's like, just do it. Like, I'm gonna bring you on stage and sing a song. So I did it, and I knew I was in trouble. I knew my ass was grass. Oh man, I was making a huge mistake, but I did it. Set it down. Went on stage. Big Mike Griffin was playing, and if you haven't seen Big Mike Griffin, gotta check him out. He's a badass. But I got on stage. I'm so scared, so nervous. I've never seen like anything like this. And oh gosh, he gave me his guitar, and they told me to go play a song, one song. I didn't even know what I was gonna play, and so I put his guitar on, and it's Big Mike Griffin. It's down to my ankles. So they had to give me a chair. Now even more nervous because I'm just a disaster standing there with this guitar and my ankles going, how am I supposed to do this? And so they grabbed me a chair, I sit down, and I played like the only song I could think of to do, which was Bobby McGee.
Right.
And I couldn't stand to look at them. I couldn't stand to look at the people because nobody was really paying attention. Easy Rider bike shows, if you've ever been to them, they're passerbys. They're just walking by.
Right.
You might listen for a minute or sit down for a second and then they need another beer and off they go. So I just sat down. I took a deep breath. I started playing the song. I didn't look up. I didn't open my eyes. Most of the song I didn't look up. And then I got right towards the end where I started to speed it up and I opened my eyes and everybody was standing there. I think the whole convention center had left their post and came to the front of the stage. And that really freaked out. But at this point, almost done with the song, so I'm just like, finish it out. They got through it, and they were like standing and cheering and clapping, and I was like on the verge of tears because I've never done anything like that
so
before.
Awesome.
That's the T-shirt girl.
Yeah, the T-shirt girl did a good job. And so, John Green came up to me after that and asked if I had a band, and I said no. And he said, you better get one because you're going to headline Easy Riders next year.
No way.
And that was my big break. Yeah,
That's
and
freaking
that was
cool.
like I did a couple of their shows, like one-offs in like 2004 or something like that. But 2006 was my first year, just like going for it.
That's crazy.
I was pumped.
I'm sure after that, man.
I'm sure.
Holy crap.
It was awesome because we gained so much momentum from those shows. We got fans across the country because now we're playing the West Coast.
Right.
Charlotte, which was a huge market for us. Dallas. And then, of course, we met up with Rick Fairless at Strokers and just kind of gathered that up. And then Columbus, which I'm actually headed to on Saturday.
Oh, you really?
Wow.
So, and they were all great shows. And that is also when the stage diving began.
Oh, yes. You
Because
stayed.
I kind of fell off the stage. I wasn't planning on it. I thought I was just going to run to the end and then like psych them out, but it didn't work like that.
You just kept going.
I just went with it, and it
Hey,
worked.
well, you know what? That's the best thing to do. If you're going to go, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just take
All
it,
out.
right?
And I was like, yo, that's fun, because everybody was like head level, you just like float out. Oh man, I surfed all the way back to the soundboard and back. I'm like, this is the easiest thing I've ever done.
So you didn't have your bass with you then?
No, that would hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Badly. What I used to do is just put it down on my monitor and it would feed back. So I just turned the volume down enough to where it wasn't
Just
crazy
horrible,
loud.
like, yeah.
And it would sit there and feed back while I'd surf, and then I'd come back and just pick it up and keep
That's
going.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you say everybody heard you and thought Janis Joplin. Who
Yeah.
are your musical influences?
So growing up, my parents did not let me listen to rock music. I'm getting the fluff thing again.
Do it.
So I didn't listen to rock music. I listened to nothing but country. And in fact, my first real job was a bluegrass, like a yodeler on a hillbilly bluegrass show.
No shit.
I can yodel like a motherfucker. I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
Now, I'm off the stage.
She ain't working, son.
I'm not working. You're paid to do that stuff. I forgot.
I also wrote a song called Money, and it's about no more favors. Got
Yes.
to pay up for that.
There
Yes.
you go.
That's right.
But no, that was my first like real job outside of playing with my brothers.
Right.
So that's where I kind of learned structure about how to put a show together, how they run, all that. So I got quite an education, and even more so than that, 'cause I also learned about drugs and alcohol, things I did not know about.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn about them firsthand. I just got to watch the the shit show, basically.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I think bluegrass dudes get down.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, it's insanity. They're basically like metalheads, but in country
In
style.
country music, yeah.
They're still elitist. But they're amazing players. Like they were.
That's funny.
It was
That's
crazy.
killer.
Yeah, they were doing it up on
Thank
that
you,
show.
babe.
I don't know in general, but those guys were.
Yeah.
They were party time.
For sure. Okay, so coming off of that same question then.
Oh, you kept asking me though what I patterned myself after. I
Yes.
mean, country was my whole upbringing, and I learned how to write songs and stuff from that. But when I got a chance to listen to rock music, it was Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks, Heart, but the number one was Joan Jett. And the reason was because my brothers, every time we buy each other music for Christmas. So he'd give me this package, and I was always excited because my brother was 6 years older than me. So he was already in high school, so he was like turned on to all kinds of stuff that I was
You had no
never into.
idea, right.
So he come back, I'm all excited, I can't wait to rip this one open. The first one was Aerosmith Pump. And my mom saw the photo in the beginning of the two trucks.
Yep.
Right to the burning barrel. I got to listen to it like twice, and then it was gone. It was a great album.
Yep.
And then Gone Forever. And then the next one I got was Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet.
Nice.
And it didn't have a cover. It was just written on a window. So I couldn't tell much from that. And then my mom looked up John Bon Jovi and decided, he's kind of cute. We could go with that. That's
Well,
okay.
that's
But then
acceptable.
She saw an interview with him, and she said he looked dirty. I'm not joking. This is what she said. He looks dirty. So, in the burning barrel. So, the next, I told my brother, I'm like, you can't give me, like, CDs that she can check out, like, because she will,
Yeah.
and then they'll be gone. And so, he started bringing me blanks, and he would just put them on there. Which is totally pirating. Don't do that. But I needed an education, and I wasn't going to get it. So I needed something. So don't hate on me. But he brought me Joan Jett, I Hate Myself for Loving You.
Oh.
And I was like, what? I was like, there's a chick. She's so badass.
Yeah.
So that was it. I was hooked. Bam, for the rest of my life. That was it.
That's funny because isn't Bon Jovi's full circle now? Isn't he a country guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
We're back.
happened?
That's right.
Who says you can't go home? It's all right.
That was free, by the way.
Hey, it's because I wanted to.
There you go.
Yeah, actually, the Slipper When Wet album was supposed to be a country album.
Was it really?
No.
Not really a country album, but they were all supposed to be dressed in Wild West gear, the photo shoot and all that. But then they saw the chick.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, they were all in like cowboy outfits and stuff for the shoot, and it got changed because the
That
girls.
album might have made it farther than if they
was
would
that
have
the
done
same?
that.
Was that,
That
the
was the
same?
same one that had the
same
girl
era
on.
with the Young Guns?
No.
No,
That was
came
later, right?
that
Yeah,
came
okay.
later.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Ask me about
So
Bon
anyway, ask you about what? Go ahead.
Ask me about Bon Jovi. No, I'm kidding. I love Bon Jovi. I really did. And what's so funny now is that a good friend of mine, Phil X, is playing guitar with Bon Jovi now.
Is he
And
really?
I get to hang out with Phil X. I think he just switched to Gibson guitars, but he was a Framus guitarist, and I'm a Warwick bassist. So Framus and Warwick are both owned by the same company.
Right.
And so we go to Germany every year for
That's
the Rievlin
awesome.
Festival, and I get to hang out with Phil X. It was like the coolest thing ever, man. So we got to jam on stage, we'd do like some Pat Benatar songs, whatever came to mind, some Zeppelin, whatever. And I'm just like, yo, I'm jamming with Phil X, and he's playing with Bon Jovi right now. Oh, it's the coolest I'm ever gonna get. Oh, gosh.
6 degrees of separation.
I know, and it just keeps happening. It's just breaking my heart. I gotta get to Bon Jovi one way.
You never know.
Never know. You
so-
came with questions.
Oh, I had
You
to.
know what you're doing. Oh.
So
We're learning.
Dead or alive, not Bon Jovi, but dead or alive.
What a segue there.
What musician would you want to collab with? Would be your all-time dream to collab with?
Wow, I don't know. You know who I would really like, that I feel like I really missed out on meeting? Not necessarily collaborating, but just meeting, because I think he'd be so much fun, is Dimebag. I just really want to hang out with Dimebag.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to meet his brother.
Right.
I got to meet his wife. I got to meet like everybody in the family. Rex. I got to meet Rex. I got to meet Phil. I met everybody, but I did not get to meet Dime.
A friend of mine's Roger Hornbuckle. He's his cousin.
Yep.
So
Oh man,
this is crazy.
I just missed out on that. That's one where I'm just like, dang it, that would have been probably one of the most fun. Like that dude would live on your memory forever because he does
absolutely.
now, and I never even got a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
And wasn't even into that style of music when it happened.
Right.
So it was just like, I mean, I knew of the band and I was familiar with the songs and stuff, but hadn't really studied the people in it. And I was just like,
Crazy.
It was such a tragedy. We've played that stage since then in the Alarosa Villa. And it's in Columbus. And wow, you want to talk about weird energy?
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, I don't know,
They
man.
didn't change anything.
No?
No, the holes are still in the wall. They didn't change anything.
I don't think they would. I mean, I honestly don't. I think it would be.
Some people are really
preserved.
mad about that, but some people are like, well, at least, I don't know. It's pretty, you think you just got to get your own feeling about it because there's really no, I sat in the back room, in the backstage room, where a lot of this went down, and it was like this weird energy of not only like this excitement, like you feel like you're just like so much energy, you need to get up and run or move or do something, but at the same time, you're completely petrified, like you can't move. Like you just physically can't get up.
Really?
It's the strangest thing ever. I'm sure it was horrifying to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
And I met the cop that came in. I met him at NAMM one year, and he hasn't gotten over it. He's not okay.
No.
Like it was traumatic for everyone. Yep.
That's crazy. All right, so going from there, you mentioned the venue.
Yep.
What would be like your dream venue, dream tour, something like that?
Impossible, because there's so many things that that I want to do. I can't pick because then if that's the only one I got, I'd be mad at myself. So,
Okay.
Okay. I really want to play in Japan. Is that weird?
No,
I
not
think
weird at
Japan
all.
would be cool. I really want to do a European tour. I think we'd kill in Europe. And I mean, I don't know.
Do you guys have
the United States, I want to play Red Rocks at least once.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Do you guys have a big fan base in Europe? or-
Oddly, kind of, yeah. In
Yeah?
the UK and Germany, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good there. This is kind of weird because of my Warwick-based
Right.
connections in Germany.
Sure.
But like, they're just. Here's the thing about we've been talking about this for 2 days. Europeans and Japanese both just appreciate music so much. Like they love it. They save their money. They go to concerts. They want to hear it, and they're crazy about American music, especially rock and roll.
Yeah.
And in the United States, they're just kind of like oversaturated, or maybe there's just too much going on, or they just don't give it the credit it deserves because there's just too many other things that they would do or rather do, or I don't know. I don't really understand it, but you don't get the same kind of response here as you would.
I think it might be a cultural thing, right? So like
Totally.
I mean, all I can think of right now that's in my head is Rammstein, right? Like Rammstein comes over and Rammstein
They're
goes
coming.
huge, right?
I want to go so bad.
And it's huge here because it's different, right? It's
Very
like,
different.
holy cow, what the hell are they saying? That kind of thing, right?
Dude, dark.
Super dark, super
So
awesome.
dark.
But I think that's what it is. So then when the Americans go over to Europe, it's just that's not what they listen to all the time. And then like I also like when Foo Fighters went over and played with the giant stadium over there in the UK. I can't think of the name of it, but it was completely sold out. Wembley Stadium, yeah, completely sold out. 3 shows there, and that show was massive.
Steel Panther.
Did they really?
Yeah, like that. It's just crazy, like what they're into.
That's so nuts. But I think that has something to do with it, though. Just that cult, the culture difference or something like that.
I
something.
did a duet with Michael Starr.
Oh, did you
One of
really?
my albums.
Really?
Yeah, on White Noise. It's a serious song, and I asked him if he would want to sing a duet with me, and he goes, "Oh God, please, yes. I don't ever get to do serious songs." He's like, "I'll do it."
That's
and so
awesome.
I sang the tracks. I was like, "Okay, here's what's up. Got the tracks. I gotta take my kids to school, and then I'm leaving for Europe in like an hour. So if I get my kids to school, get back in time to to get to the airport." Whatever. I'll lay the tracks down real quick and send them over, but don't use them if they suck because I'm not gonna have time to like redo them. Okay. So he does them like quickly, like in 30 minutes. And like shoots them over, and they're perfect. It's perfect. Like he's such a freaking great singer. And I think most people know he's a freaking great singer, but I mean his song content's so hilarious. You kind of overlook the fact that he's nailing it.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he's nailing it. It's so good. It's really good. You have to check that one out. It's called Fall to Rise.
Fall to Rise?
Fall to Rise.
Fall to
Fall to
Rise.
Rise.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a good segue too. So, Steel Panther, what are some of your guilty musical pleasures?
Well, that's one.
Right.
I listen to a lot of pop music.
Yeah.
And I feel like you gotta stay current.
Yeah.
And even though I'm not like, first thing about pop is they have great hooks, they have great vocals. Like the vocalists that sing pop are actually quite talented.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to sing, because they're singing at both spectrums of their range, and it's all the low notes and all the high notes. So it's actually quite complicated to sing. Always has a good beat, always has a driving beat. And the only thing about pop songs that I hate is the bridges of all of them. They all suck every time. And I hate the guitar tones. If they ever try to play a solo, it's always terrible. So I change them slightly. I take the best parts of that pop song that I love, that's recognizable to everybody and they're
Right.
into it, and then I take out the shit that I just don't agree with and don't like, and make it more metal. And that's just, that way we're having fun playing it. We're not going like, oh God, we're
Right.
playing Katy Perry. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing all kinds of pop stuff now, and so I love Katy Perry, her earlier stuff. I like Taylor Swift.
That's funny.
Really? Oh man, I feel weird saying it, but she's
No, it's-
actually just so talented.
I say it's funny, and I don't mean to cut you off. I say it's funny because I'm into this band lately called I Prevail.
Yeah.
And they did a Taylor Swift cover,
yeah.
and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's
Because
funny
it's
that you
good.
say it. Yeah.
It's well written.
Yeah.
She does it well. It's performed well. It's recorded famously. I mean, she's doing great stuff. I mean, personal stuff and going into whatever.
Right.
But as far as the product goes and the music goes and whatever, it's masterpiece. Like, it's actually really good. And she hasn't. The only album that I felt like kind of like missed was Reputation. But I still love Look What You Made Me Do. And in fact, I love it so much because, well, in this industry, for me, being a girl, it's like, I made a joke about this earlier today. They're like, oh, the winds are raging, and like, the rain's coming, and like, nobody can stand on the stage, and the roof might crash on your head. Like, I don't think any bands are gonna play on it. They're like, put Jasmine Cain up there, she'll do it. Like, it's just like, I mean, it's, after a while, you just have to put your foot down and be like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to die today. you
Yeah.
know? And it's look what you made me do. So I was like, I don't know. It's like when you need the attitude to come
Yep.
out, that's the song that's playing in the back of my head. If you see me walking to you to a Zap beat, you need to
Get the hell
Out
out
of
of
the
the
way.
get out. Let's run for it.
Move. All right, so now that you're taking a sip of your beer and stuff.
A sip?
Well, yeah, it's all
Doing
that.
work
Compared to
over
me,
here.
that's a sip.
Okay.
So, what is like one of the biggest hurdles you've had to overcome doing this? You have, or do you have any?
Right now, currently,
Yeah. Okay.
my back is broken. That is the hardest thing I have to overcome right now. So I have been struggling with a broken back most of my career, which is crazy that I've made it this long.
No.
Yes, it's absolutely true. So, but now it's gotten to a point where it's so severely broken that I am at like that critical point. Like it's fix it quick or take a break, because I can't continue to put on the kinds of shows that I like to put on. I'm a high energy kind of girl. I want to do it that way.
Right.
And I have no like off switch. So I get on stage and I'm just doing it and then I get off the stage and everything like clicks to like, oh, look what you made me do. Now I'm broken and I'm like trying to get to the van with whatever I can do. And
Jesus.
I'm like, so that is my biggest hurdle right now. But I have had a lot of injuries throughout my life, and
Okay.
I'll figure it out and go on with it.
It's a pretty good size hurdle.
Yeah.
What's next for Jasmine Cain?
World domination, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Take over the world.
Yeah, no, it's
$1 million. Oh
1 million. Well, I gotta get Farrell's ring up here.
yeah, don't forget Farrell's ring.
Yeah, Farrell Bernstein, get hooked up. His store is going. He's selling his store.
Is he really?
Yeah, so you have to get in there quickly.
Get in there now.
Go now. So yeah, honestly, I have such huge plans for this band, and I don't even know where to start because there's like just so many things that I would like to be doing. 7 is the new album. This is the funny thing. We released it on our own in May of last year. We did a huge release party at Daytona Hard Rock. Our first single was called Be Brave, and it got the attention of In Groove's music group, and they wanted to come on board through the label group and re-release the record under them because they wanted to help promote.
Right.
They felt like the album could just get a lot bigger reach. So we pulled everything down in September of last year, and hooked up with In Grooves Music. And so we've released 2 singles through them so far. One is Let It Go, which did very, very well. We had more views in like 4 days than we did on Nightingale with 4 years on Spotify.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And then the second single kind of hit a bump, and it could be the holiday or it could be the fact that like it just got overlooked. I think it just kind of got overlooked. Second single was Money, and it just didn't get the attention that we were looking for. Third single, we're gonna go back to Be Brave, which is what they got their attention on the first thing. And we're gonna release that February. And then the album itself is coming out in March. Now, the fun part about this album is that we're re-releasing it, but we're adding 3 tracks to it. So you're getting Katy Perry, Extraterrestrial, that we recorded our own version of. You're getting a song called Hurt, that is a ballad that I wrote, and it's just basically guitar and violin. Very stripped down. And then the third song is Alanis Morissette song, because I was a huge Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
And she's touring this year for the Jagged Little Pill 25th anniversary. But my favorite song from her always was the one on City of Angels soundtrack called Uninvited. So I did a really creepy version of Uninvited. All of it's on what we're calling 7, the deluxe edition.
Okay.
So it's 3 more tracks. But also, we did vinyl.
Nice.
And because you can't put an exorbitant amount of tracks on vinyl, we stuck with the first CD.
Right.
Everything, all the songs that are on the first release are on the vinyl. So 5 songs per side in a different order than the first one, but still we will have vinyl. And it's purple,
Super cool.
opaque purple with silver swirl, so it's colored vinyl.
Wow.
There will be 300 copies. We've already sold pre-orders of 100 of them.
Nice.
So 200 left, and it's coming out March 14th. We are throwing a huge party at the Newport Richie Harley Davidson, and we are doing the release there. I'm getting married at the end of this month.
Really?
I know.
Congratulations.
Finally run
That's
out
awesome.
of options.
Excuses, reasons not to?
No, he's been great. He's awesome. To find a guy that can just, I mean, he was working for Gibson. He was actually, this is how we met Steel Panther. He was working for Gibson doing the Kramer guitar department, and he designed all the guitars for Satchel. And
Wow.
that's how I met him.
No way.
So, yeah, so he was doing all the guitars and stuff and like totally in charge of the Kramer department, and then of course Gibson went bankrupt.
Right.
And he kind of felt it coming ahead of time and was like, I'm gonna peace out before that happens.
Shagged out.
So he quit and came on the road with me. And for a guy that give up something where he's actually running like a $2 million company, and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna drive the van and be your tech and like help you do your graphics and stuff like that. So that's a huge sacrifice. You need to ask your viewers, you need to ask your people.
Okay.
So I was a redhead for 7 years. When I met Kevin, I was a redhead. I look pretty rock and roll in red hair, but kind of digging the purple.
I like the
So
purple.
I dig the
less
purple.
than 30 days to get married. Am I going to be a redhead or am I going to stay purple? I need to know.
We'll put a poll out. We'll
It
find
needs
out.
to happen. I need help.
We will do a poll,
Okay.
and we will send you the results. How about that? Deal?
Deal.
Deal. We can do that.
Our new sponsor for 2020,
Go for
Red
it.
Hosh.
Yes.
And we're so
Awesome.
excited because turns out we're kind of like the same. We have a lot of fun together.
Yeah,
Probably
I bet.
too much. We're gonna have some nights
That's awesome.
that no cameras are allowed.
Let everybody know where they can find you, social media, all that stuff.
Awesome.
And
Well,
we'll go from there.
So the best way to find me is Google. I'm very Googleable. JasmineCain.com, and that's C-A-I-N. I better spell the first name too, because I never realized how many ways you could spell Jasmine.
Really?
Jasmine. Cain is just like Cain and Abel, CAIN.com. Or you can go to Facebook /Jasmine Cain Rocks. Go to Twitter /Jasmine Cain Rock, singular. Somebody took my name, I don't know who it was, but I find them, I'll take care of it. And then Instagram is just Jasmine Cain. If you're looking at other sites, Reverb Nation, Jasmine Cain, you'll find me out there, I promise. There's so many things to check out. So many videos. If you're going to YouTube, that's banging right now. Miss Jasmine Cain. And we also have a Patreon page. So Patreon is pretty cool if you want to get in on the like back end of stuff, like what's really going on behind the scenes, because there's a lot. And so patreon.com /Jasmine Cain. Go there, you can sign up for like $1 a month and then follow us around the country. And it's a lot easier to do it that way than it is in real life. So check it out.
Awesome. Thank you, Jasmine,
Yeah,
for
thank
joining
you.
us. It's
Thank you
awesome.
very much.
Thank you guys for checking us out. And
I got nothing. You got
That's it,
anything?
man. That's it.
keep it rocking, guys.
Rubber side down, baby.
guys!